All right, guys, welcome to another exciting season of high school football. Phil Jones with you, ITG next. I want to thank everybody for joining us for tonight's live stream of Lee County and Warner Robins. We couldn't have picked a better game to kick off our great slate of ITG Next Game of the Weeks that we're going to be bringing you every Friday night right here on the ITG Next Georgia Facebook page. And going to be a good one here tonight in Leesburg. I want to thank our sponsors. In fact, they're going to be with us all season long, Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. We're going to take this a quick break to listen to or to have our national anthem played. All right, guys, welcome back. Phil Jones with you. We are in Leesburg tonight. It is the opening game of the 2023 Georgia high school football season and our first game of many great ones that we're going to be bringing you all season long right here as part of our 2023 ITG Next Game of the Week package. And I mentioned before we took a break for the playing of the national anthem that our game's going to be brought to you all season long by our friends at Baker Sports and our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you deserve the best. Quality coverage and experienced agents, you get the best of both with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Also, our friends at Baker Sports. Welcome all football fanatics. Friday Night Lights 2023 is finally here. Brought to you by Baker Sports and Pro Sports. Together serve as your one-stop destination for top-quality sports equipment. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, Baker's has got you covered. Remember to call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. And now get ready to enjoy this gridiron spectacle of a game coming up here in just a little bit. Speaking of our friends at Baker Sports, we'll be adding a little bit of a different twist, a new twist this year as part of our Game of the Week package. We will be selecting a player of the game. And yours truly will come up with that player for both teams toward the end of the game. I'll make that announcement just as the game is ending. And that player for each team will be receiving a brand new set of state-of-the-art shoulder pads, compliments of our friends at Baker Sports. So, as far as tonight's game, guys, going to be a great one. These two teams have met up now 3 times in the last 4 years. This will be the third meeting in the last 4 years. Last year, it was Lee County winning. In fact, it was 27-10 victory for Lee County. Got the season started off on the right foot. Lee County in 2021 fell to Warner Robins. That game was up at Warner Robins. We were there, in fact, for that game. Warner Robins winning at 56-30. And then in 2020, Lee County right here won at 27-7. We were actually here for that game as well. So we have quite the history with these two teams playing each other, bringing you every broadcast those last 3 games, including tonight's game. So this is going to be a good one. You've got Lee County coming into the season, coming off an 8-4 record last year. They finished 3-2 in the region, Region 1-6A, finished as the number 3 seed. Had to go on the road. They won a playoff game against Effingham County before falling to Woodward Academy on the road 23-7. Warner Robins, you probably are familiar with their history. They got off to a slow start last year. After that loss to open the season against Lee County, they would lose 3 more games with 1 win, so they started off 1-4 last year. Then they went on a roll, 9 consecutive wins. That included 4 playoff wins. They advanced to their 6th consecutive state championship game, only to lose that one to Ware County. But they have quite the team, so going to be interesting to see if Warner Robins can do what not many teams at all have been able to do. That's make it to 7 consecutive state title games. But that's a long way away as we are just getting ready to start the 2023 season. We've got some games going on not only around the state, but you've got the Valdosta Wildcats that are playing up in Ohio. We'll see if we can bring you some updates on that game. I know that Hughes and Carrollton got underway at 6 o'clock earlier, ESPN game. Last report we had was Carrollton had jumped out, I think, to a 20-6 lead is what I had in that game. But we'll continue to keep you posted as scores become available to us tonight here on our live stream. Shane Sams is the new head coach. He was the offensive coordinator for Warner Robins. Back in 2017 and 18, he actually played quarterback for the Demons. Some of you Demon fans may remember Shane Sams, quarterback. In fact, led the team, speaking of state championships, he led the team to the 2004 state title, and that was under Brian Way, who, again, Warner Robins fans probably remember Coach Way. He is now, though, the head coach. Again, trying to get this Warner Robins team to yet another state title game. For Lee County, Dean Fabrizio. This will be his 15th season as the head coach of Lee County. And, boy, what a great job he has done since taking over 15 years ago. For you Lee County fans, I'm sure you remember before Coach Fabrizio arrived, was not much at all here at Lee County. Baseball was the king sport. Football, not so much, but that has changed. Not so much that baseball hasn't still been good, but football, obviously, one of the top sports here in Lee County with Dean Fabrizio at the helm. They played Carver Columbus in the scrimmage game here last week. Lee County fell behind early in that game and had to battle back in a game that pretty much was off limits for quarterback contact, but still Lee County able to win it there in the end. So a warm-up game for Lee County, but tonight it all is for real. It all counts in the standings, and we are proud to have you along with us for tonight's 2023 opening game here at ITG Next Georgia. For those of you that are watching tonight along the way, we'd love to hear from you. Gabriel Solomon says, let's go Demons. Mike Wall says, let's go Lee. Eric Evans says, let's go get them Trojans. So I'll try to check messages on our broadcast, on our live stream, all throughout the game, guys. So please, let us hear from you. Let us hear your comments, what you're thinking about tonight's game, which should be a dandy between these two traditional state powerhouses, Lee County, the Trojans of Dean Fabrizio, and the Warner Robins Demons under new head coach Shane Sams. I guess the biggest question, especially for Warner Robins fans, Marquise Westbrook, of course, the former coach, kind of surprised everybody in the offseason, leaves and goes to Peach County. takes over the job there, taking over for longtime coach there at Peach County, Chad Campbell. So you've obviously had a change there, and a lot of Warner Robins fans are wondering, with the change in coaching staffs, can Shane Sams continue the winning tradition that Coach Marquise Westbrook and his staff have brought to Warner Robins? Again, unlike pretty much any other program, not just in Georgia, but anywhere. 6 consecutive state championship appearances with a couple of state championships thrown in there in 2020, 2021. The playmakers for both of these teams. Obviously for Warner Robins, I mentioned the fact that there's no Marquise Westbrook as far as player personnel. There's also no Vic Burley and no Malcolm Brown. And those were 2 big-time playmakers for Warner Robins. However, the news is not all bad, and the cupboard's not all bare by any stretch for Warner Robins, as they'll bring back Isaiah Canyon. And you can call him a quarterback, receiver. He's actually what you describe it as an athlete. Last year, 776 passing yards with 8 touchdowns. He rushed for 231 yards, 8 touchdowns. And he also, by the way, caught 31 passes for 446 yards, 6 touchdowns. And, oh, by the way, Canyon also added 2 interceptions on defense. So he is indeed the true definition of athlete. Also, back in 2023 is receiver Cam Flowers. So you can expect those 2, their names to be called quite a bit tonight for the Demons. When it comes to Lee County, there's one name that everybody tends to certainly resonates with Lee County fans, and that's running back Usmani Cromah, who just was offered by Miami. That's one of several offers that the talented running back for Lee County has received. He's the top running back in the country as far as the 2025 class. You can bet he'll have his name and his number called early and often tonight in this one. The quarterback, Weston Bryan. He's the big lefty. He took over last year. You may remember they had a little bit of a quarterback controversy. Yet Chris Martin was the starter. He was removed in a game. It led to a little bit of a disagreement. Nevertheless, Weston Bryan came in, took over. Chris Martin has since left the program. He's now the starter at Tift County. And I think it's really worked out well for everybody involved. Martin looks to have a good home there at Tift. They have certainly welcomed him with open arms. And Weston Bryan has certainly found himself quite a comfortable home as quarterback at Lee County. Coin toss there at the center of the field. Both teams getting ready to get this thing underway. Obviously, I wish I could say that it's feels like football weather, but you guys know better than that. It's anything but football weather. Fans down the way here fanning themselves with anything they can try to get some wind going, and it is a hot one here. Warner Robins not a bad crowd they brought across the way from up in middle Georgia. Warner Robins, by the way, sporting their all-road whites. It's the white tops, the white bottoms trimmed in red, and, of course, with the red helmets and the R that has long adorned the side of the Warner Robins helmets. For Lee County, of course, they always come out in multiple uniform combinations. Tonight, they're wearing the red tops, black bottoms, the white helmet with the black stripe from front to center, and the black Lee, also known as the Rocker Lee, there on the side of the helmet. Lee County is going to get the football first tonight. So we're going to see the Lee County offense on the field tonight. That's unless we have a big run back. I mentioned Usmani Cromah, the all-everything running back. He's also a darn good kick returner, so he always has a danger of taking it to the house. ITG Next is up at Massillon tonight. Our owner, And boss Mark Dykes with a couple of videographers up there documenting the whole experience with Massillon Valdosta. We've got a score coming up 14-0. I'm being told from Mark Dykes, 14-0. That score coming in from Massillon Valdosta leads it. Here we are 0-0, but we're about ready to get it underway. As the 2023 high school football season is underway, it's a pooch kick. They're not going to dare kick it to Usmani Cromah. It's fumbled down around the 20-yard line, and Warner Robbins is going to recover. So they did not, and they weren't dare going to give Usmani Cromah a chance to hurt him, so they did a pooch kick right down the middle of the field. One of the Lee County up men not able to come up with it cleanly. And so the first mistake of the night comes on the opening kickoff. Unfortunately, if you're a Lee County fan, it's with your Trojans. And if you're a Warner Robbins fan, you got to be smiling because your Warner Robbins Demons are about to take over. 1st and 10 at the Lee County 25. So here we go. Chase Reese, he's the senior quarterback. He's going to line up in the gun. The receiver on the far side. 2 here to the near side. Got a back in motion. Quick toss in the flats is complete. Makes one man miss for Lee County. He'll take it down to close to the 20-yard line. Going to give him a gain of about 4 yards on the play. We'll check the spot. So we are underway, the 2023 high school football season underway here at ITG Next. Thanks so much for being with us. We're going to be with you all season long, bringing you a great game every Friday night. 2nd down and 5, we'll call it. Here's the snap, and we've got whistles now. Check the call. Going to be a false start going against Warner Robbins. So there's a break for Lee County. So we're seeing a couple of early game mistakes, special teams. Lee County fumbles the opening kick, and now we've got Warner Robbins with a false start on the second play of the game from scrimmage. So back them up 5 yards. They'll now be back out at the 28. Reese, empty backfield. He takes the snap. Quick toss, complete here on the home sideline. Not much there, if anything. Pass complete to number 2, Khalil Quinn. Des Marshall says, let's go Warner Robbins, number 50. Brenda Eubanks-Shiver says, let's go Lee County Trojans. So here we go, 3rd down, Warner Robbins. They took advantage of a Lee County mistake, recovering a fumble on the opening kick. But now here they are facing a 3rd and long. Now Warner Robbins taking a long time to get the play in. They're not going to be able to get it in on time until they have to take a timeout. Timeout taken on the field. That'll give us a chance to tell you about our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to be presenting sponsor between Warner Robbins and Lee County tonight. Athletes and fans alike. Between Bakers and Pro Sports, you can get your gear covered from cheerleading to football to fans. We are a one-stop shop for top-quality sports apparel and equipment. Call us at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. That's Baker Sports. So a early timeout here. Warner Robbins undecided about what to do on the 3rd down and long. So you're going to have, coming out of the timeout, Warner Robbins with the ball at the Lee County 27-yard line. Here we go. Chase Reese. Again, empty backfield. You've got trip receivers to the far side. No receiver over here on the near side. Long snap count. There's the snap. Reese going to roll to the far side, looking, and a throw. Pass is complete. Down around the 16-yard lines. Right out the 1st down marker. They're a little bit short. Let's see what they're going to do here. Going to bring up 4th and 1 at the 16. Looks like they're going to go for it. Offset eye. They're going to hand it to the fullback, and he'll go forward for a first down. They gave it to number 3, Trey Gunnings. He's a senior running back, and he was able to take it over the right side for a couple of yards. So Warner Robbins rolling the dice with Shane Sams. They've got a first down. Ball marked just inside the 15-yard line. Warner Robbins recovered the fumbled opening kickoff if you've just joined us, and they have taken advantage. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the Lee County 15. Bunch receivers. Little trickery here. Going to throw it to the end zone. He overshot a receiver. We got penalty flags flying. Let's see what the call is going to be. White hat talking to the side judge, it looks like, and let's see what we're going to get. Illegal man downfield for Warner Robbins, and that's going to be costly. So you saw on that play they had a bunch formation. They had about 4 or 5 receivers bunched over on that far side. Now Lee County is going to decline this penalty. So instead of replaying first down, Lee County says let's decline it and let's make them go to 2nd down and 10. Warner Robbins with the ball just inside the Lee County 15-yard line. Reese is going to come up and whisper something to his center. Again, they're going with a lot of empty backfield tonight. Here comes a man in motion. And we've got whistles. Going to have another penalty on Warner Robbins. Going to be another false start on Warner Robbins. That's going to back him up 5 yards to around the 20-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd and 15 now for Warner Robbins. We're just underway. I'm Phil Jones on the play-by-play tonight. Next week, going to be up at Langston Hughes for McEachern and Hughes. Looking forward to bringing you that one. Snap to Reese. And yet again, we have whistles. It's like we're going to have another false start. So Warner Robbins is self-imploding here. Several penalties have plagued the Demons. There's 3 consecutive penalties on the Demons. The first of those was actually declined by Lee County, but they obviously, the last 2 have been enforced. So now instead of 1st and 10 inside the 15, now you're looking at 2nd and long. Back out at the 25. Reese, short drop. They're setting up the screen in the middle of the field. But here comes Lee County to snuff it out. Great tackling there by number 7, Devin Collier, and Justin Tanksley. The senior and the junior, respectively, coming up and making the tackle for the Lee County defense on that one. So now everybody on the Lee County sidelines hoping that the Trojans can come up with a big play here on 3rd and long. Here we go. 3 receivers to the far side. You've got 1 back off the right hip of Reese. Reese calling for it. He's got it. Going to be chased out of the pocket. Going to dump it off to the back. He's going to take it. Look out. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. Going to be close to a first down. They finally knock him out at the 6-yard line. The running back that time, they dumped it out to Terry Wright. It looked initially like Lee County was going to come up and snuff it out pretty quickly, but he was able to slip through a couple of would-be tacklers. So what was 3rd and long is now going to be 4th and 2. So here we go. Warner Robbins not even considering a field goal. They're going to go for it, leaving the offense. And we got another false start on Warner Robbins. That is killing the Demons right now, the penalties. So instead of 4th and short, now you got 4th and 7. And now Shane Sam says, no, we will take the field goal. So the spot is going to be at the 17. It'll be a 27-yard field goal to attempt coming up here for Warner Robbins. Here's the snap. The hold. The kick is up. And the kick is true. It's good. William Shepard, the junior place kicker, nails it through for Warner Robins. And despite several penalties and despite shooting themselves in the foot time and time again, Warner Robins finally able to capitalize on the fumbled kickoff by Lee County, and they go up 3-0. 3-0 your score as Warner Robins takes in the early lead. Big thanks to our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. You deserve the best, whether it's quality coverage, experienced agents, you get it all from our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Also, thanks to our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to partner with ITG Next and sponsor tonight's football game. From athletes to fans, Baker's has got your apparel and sporting equipment needs covered. Thank you for all enjoying Friday Night Lights with us tonight. And don't forget to call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for any of your future equipment needs. All right, 3-0 your score. Phil Jones with you, ITG. There's another pooch kick. Why not? The first one worked out pretty good for Warner Robins. This time, Lee County attentive and runs up and gets on the ball right away. So pretty good strategy employed there, even with Lee County getting it in great field position at the 36. Warner Robins would rather do that than risk a long kickoff return from Usmani Krumah. So here we go. This is going to be our first look at Lee County on offense tonight. It's going to come with 8:26 to go in the first quarter. Lee County trails at 7-0. Krumah, the lone back, going to throw it out to the side. It's complete. That's Braxton Honer on the catch. He's the senior running back. They'll split him out at receiver, as you saw right then. So, gain of about 7 yards. Going to hand it to Krumah this time, and look at there. He makes it look so easy, folks. Didn't really have much of a hole, but you know what? What little space he did have, he found it. And there goes Krumah for the first run of many runs I'm sure we're going to see tonight from the talented junior. That's right, I said junior. He'll be back again next year. So first down, 44-yard line of Warner Robins for Lee County. And we got another penalty on Warner Robins. They're going to jump offside and give Lee County an easy 5. Austin Lang says, y'all watch that Lee running back. Phil Jones with you, ITG Next, Georgia. Our first of many great games we're going to be bringing you all season long, guys. We are live here in Leesburg, Lee County, on the move. They trail it 3-0. They're trying to get it back. Handoff, look out. There goes Honer, going to cut it back up. He's a pretty good running back himself, and he's going to take it to the 19-yard line. Yes, most of the attention, deservedly so, goes to Usmani Krumah. But Braxton Honer is a pretty good one himself, as he just showed you. So Lee County going with tempo here. Not much there for Krumah. Maybe a yard, maybe not. Maybe just got back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Folks, that's not gonna, you're not going to see that much. Krumah getting stopped for little to no gain. Usually he finds something. Couldn't find much of anything there, though. Clock runs, under 7 minutes to go. We're still early, though. First quarter, Warner Robins 3, Lee County nothing, but Lee County on the march, their first offensive possession of the night, inside the Warner Robins 20. Brian going to hand it to Krumah, gets to the corner. Now he's going to be brought down. Legs cut out from under him. That's a good open field tackle out there by, check the number, that was number 6, Jeremiah Cray. Short gain for Cromall, maybe 3 yards. And it's going to bring up third down, 3rd and 7, we'll call it. So, Brian in the gun, takes it. Quarterback draw right up the middle. The big boy is going to take it to about the 11-yard line. Picks up 5. Going to bring up 4th and about 2 or 3 needed. Let's see what Dean Fabrizio decides to do here. I actually mark it back a little bit farther, so 4th and 4 is what they'll need. So that's going to make it a little bit tougher. So 4th and 4, the ball at the 12. Indeed, Lee County going to go for it. They're going to split out or put Usmani Cromall in the slot. Going to throw. Contact. No flag. No flag. They tried to throw a slant to Jordan Houston. There was contact down there around the 4, but no call. So incidental contact. So what was an impressive opening drive for Lee County on their first offensive possession of the night is going to go for naught. It's a turnover on downs. So Lee County going for it on 4th down. They cannot capitalize. So Warner Robbins offense going to come back on the field, take over. 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Again, the Demons lead at 3-0. So here we go. Reese going to take it, going to hand it to the first man through, right side. Got some running room there. Going to take it for about 5 yards or so. Going to take it to the 18 for a gain of 6. So here we go. It's a nice gain on 1st down for Warner Robbins. Again, Chase Reese, the quarterback, he's a senior. Reese going to hand it right side. Boy, I tell you, they're getting some nice runs there. Going to take that one for a couple. That's going to be enough for a 1st down for Warner Robbins to move the chains. And right now they're running it with authority. Going to take it for another nice gain of about 4 or 5 yards off the right side. So Warner Robbins just trying to simplify things here. So right now gains of 6, 5, and 5 yards. 3 straight running plays. And again, making it look easy. Warner Robbins moves it out from the shadow of their own goal line now, taking it all the way out to the 30. 2nd and 5. Reese now in an empty backfield. We've seen him go to this look several times tonight. Now he'll bring a man in motion. Going to throw it out here in the flats. And Lee County defender going to come up and drive him out of bounds. That was Damon Ferguson who came up and was able to force the ball carrier out of bounds. It was Cam Flowers. So going to bring up a 3rd down now. 3rd down, 6 needed for the 1st. Going to go 2 receivers far side. Now we got 3 receivers out there on the far side. 1 man went out there to line up, and he went on out of bounds. Went off to the sideline. So 3 receivers far side. There's a single back. And they're going to give it to him. And no, sir. Lee County able to sniff it out right away. Big number 96, Devin Jackson, the junior defensive lineman, all 275 pounds of him. Able to sniff that one out, and he brings the ball carrier down. So what was an impressive Warner Robbins drive, albeit a short one, now will be halted. And Warner Robbins, 4th down punting situation. Low snap. It rolls on the ground. He picks it up. He's going to have to run for it, and he's tackled. It was a low snap. Cam Flowers, the wide receiver, also lined up back there as the punter. The snap rolled along the ground to him. He was able to pick it up momentarily. Then he dropped it. By that time, he knew the best bet was to try to run for it, but not able to get out of the hole there, and that's a huge break for Lee County. So it looks like we have an early water break here. Guys, you can only imagine, as hot as it is, you and I walk outside and we start bursting out in sweat. You can only imagine these players and these pads, how hot it must be. So we have got a break in action right now. Going to go to our comments. Mike Harvey said it was good, the Demons, good, no flag. So Charlton Harris was wondering about no call on that bang-bang play earlier. Michael Strange checking in with us tonight. Chris Zellman checking in tonight. Said it'll be a lot hotter next week. Yeah, I saw that forecast, Chris. Indeed, going to be much hotter next week. So here we go. Lee County going to take over. And here's Devin Collier going to switch his field, and he's going to make it into the end zone as his helmet comes flying off. They're going to give him the touchdown. Again, the helmet went flying off. He took a big hit right at the goal line, but no concern. He's okay, and Lee County goes up 6-3 on the scamper from Devin Collier as it comes at 2:23 of the first quarter. Now here comes the point after attempt. Here's the hold. The kick is up, and the kick from number 88, Moy Riker, is good, and Lee County going to go up 7-3 with 2:23 left to go in the first quarter. So we've seen a little bit of everything here so far. Both teams a little sloppy. Warner Robins, several penalties. I don't have the exact count, but they've had quite a few so far tonight. Big thanks to our friends, again, our sponsors tonight, Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Brenda Eubank Shiver says, touchdown Trojans. Way to go, Collier. Charlton Harris, good run, Collier. Absolutely it was. So 7-3, your score. First quarter. And now Lee County going to kick it back off to Warner Robins. Well, Lee County has always had good special teamers. They've always had good kicking game, good punting game. I've told Dean Fabrizio that. And Moy Riker being called on here tonight puts the extra point through, and now hoping he can bang this one into the end zone if you're a Lee County fan for a touchback. We shall see. Warner Robins with a couple of men back deep to try to bring this one out. 7-3, Lee County on top. Here we go. Line drive kick, takes a bounce. Return man takes it at the 10. Look out, he's got some running room. 40, 45-yard line, and he's finally brought down right there. So a good return. So I had just mentioned that Lee County, with this good kicking game, maybe I jinxed Moy Riker, but kick was taken at the 10-yard line. It bounced down there, and then Warner Robins able to get a pretty good return. So they've got it, Warner Robins does, at their own 45-yard line. They trail it 7-3. Reese going to hand it off. Boy, they've been finding big gaps in this Lee County defense all night running the football. And there's another big run right there, right up the middle from Jeremiah Jackson. first down run. In fact, he got about 10 and a half, 11 yards. And we've got yet another officials timeout. Dean Fabrizio in year number 15 here as the Lee County head coach. Boy, you want to talk about a guy that came in and took a program from pretty much nothing. I mean, Lee County, as I mentioned at the onset of the broadcast, Lee County, this was a baseball town. But Dean Fabrizio came in, changed the culture here, changed expectations for this football program, and now 15 years later, a couple of state championships, playoff appearances year over year, great expectations, just as you should have. All right, Jose Oliva gives us an update. Valdosta 14-0 on Massillon in the second quarter. We had someone asking earlier why we weren't doing that game. Sir, the couple of broadcasting rights prohibited us from doing that game. So here we go, coming out of the timeout. Warner Robbins has got it. Reese throws near side, complete. They've done a lot of these quick hitters tonight. There's another one getting the ball out immediately to Cam Flowers, complete for a short gain. Now Warner Robbins going to go with some tempo. Gain of about 3 yards that time. Going to bring up second down. Two receivers out to the far side. You got one here to the near side. That's Canyon here on the near side. We've not called his name much at all tonight. He's their big playmaker, by the way, Isaiah Canyon. Reese now getting a new play in here. He whispers to his back. Short drop, throws across the middle. It's complete. Big number 18 for Warner Robbins. That's Addie Jordan. He's their big junior tight end, makes the catch. Corey McDowell for Lee County had to wrap up the big tight end and try to wrangle him down, which he did. This is going to bring up a big play here, third down. A long 5 needed for the first for Warner Robbins inside Lee County's 40-yard line. Again, almost every play, Reese looking over to the sidelines for the play call coming in. Single back. Reese going to hand it to the back, stutter steps. Now he's got a big hole up the middle, and he'll go for a first down. Terry Wright. Boy, what a good-looking run that was. I got to tell you, Warner Robbins is just eating up yards in chunks. And they got another one there. First down, quick toss. Near side, complete, I believe, but not much. A diving catch there. Give him about 5 yards on that play. Second down and 5. Here comes Warner Robbins. They trail it 7-3. And that is going to end the first quarter of play. An exciting first quarter it was. Man, we had a little bit of everything there. We had penalties, mistakes, fumbles, a touchdown from Lee County on an exciting run from Devin Collier. Warner Robbins able to capitalize on the opening kickoff fumbled by Lee County. They get a 27-yard field goal from it. And that's all you're scoring so far, 7-3 at the end of one quarter. Phil Jones with you, ITG next. We have got some great games coming up for you this year. Next week, we're going to be up at Langston Hughes. McEachern at Hughes. Week 3 takes us to Tift County for Colquitt County, Tift County. Week 4, North Cobb, Marietta. That's going to be a good one up in North Georgia. In fact, we'll be up there a good bit. Carver, Atlanta at Buford takes us to Week 5. The live stream there. We'll bring you Valdosta at McEachern, Week 6. So we've got some good ones. We'll take a look at Juju Lewis, the Carrollton quarterback, in Week 8. Lowndes at Richmond Hill later in the year. We'll take a trip up to Rome. So some good games coming up. Bainbridge leads ELCA 28-0. Brinson, Big Main Kane says, let's go, go, go Demons. All right, back to action here now. Warner Robbins stringing that play out. That was number 5. The quarterback, Reese. Chased here to the near sidelines. Langston Hughes has taken the lead on Carrollton now, 26-22 in the third. They were telling me earlier, as Carrollton seemed to be running away with that game, I said, as long as you've got Prentice, Air, Nolan, you're never out of it. So 26-22, Langston Hughes up in that game now. So here we go. Big third down play here, Warner Robbins. They trail it 7-3, but the Demons trying to get back in it here. Reese going to roll, left side, going to throw, got a man open. And wait a minute. He caught it. He caught it. Had a man open, but the corner for Lee County was converging. I thought he was going to get there, but the pass on the money to Cam Flowers, complete. Chase Reese really showing a nice touch there on that pass. And that's going to give Warner Robbins a first down. Here come the Demons now. Early second quarter, just underway second quarter. The Demons threatening here at the 15. Heavy rush. Reese throws to the end zone. Out of the end zone. He made the catch, but it was out of the end zone, out of bounds. And that was because of good coverage over there from Corey McDowell. So second down, 10 yards needed. The ball at the 16 of Lee County. We're just underway in the second quarter. If you just joined us, Lee County scored a touchdown in the first quarter. Warner Robbins, an early field goal, and that's where we are, 7-3. Reese going to take it on a fake, and he'll take it inside the 15, taking it to about the 13 or 14, depending on where they spot it. And they will indeed spot it back to the 14-yard line. So let's see what Warner Robbins and Shane Sams decides to do. Sams was the quarterback here in 2004 for Warner Robbins. Third down. 3rd and 8. The ball at the 14. Warner Robbins, man, I tell you, they get the most of that play clock every play, don't they? They use it, they drain a lot of it. Reese, play action, throws to the end zone. Same play as last time. It's caught for a touchdown. We've got a flag on the play. Now, we may have defensive pass interference. It may be a touchdown with the penalty decline. Let's wait and see, though, what the call is going to be. Warner Robbins coming off the field as if it's defensive pass interference. It's a touchdown for Warner Robbins. That same exact play they ran earlier that was out of bounds, they decided to go right back to it. Here comes the white hat. Pass interference on Lee County. It is declined. It is a touchdown. So just as I thought, pass interference in the corner. So Warner Robbins on the touchdown. They go back up 9-7. Now the point after attempt. It's a bad snap. It's a bad snap. The kicker is going to have to pick it up, and he's going to be swallowed up. So we've seen 2 bad snaps on special teams for Warner Robbins. That one will cost them a chance at going up by 3 points. Instead, Warner Robbins with the touchdown. They lead it 9-7. Our game's brought to you tonight by our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, where you deserve the best. Experienced agents, quality coverage. You get it all with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. And big thanks to Baker Sports. Welcome all football fanatics. Friday Night Lights 2023 is finally here. Brought to you by Baker Sports and Pro Sports. Together serve as your one-stop destination for top quality sports equipment. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, Baker's has got you covered. Remember, call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. Now enjoy this gridiron spectacle of a game, and I'm sure you are. Lee County, Warner Robins, it has been every bit as advertised so far. Warner Robins leads it, but I got to tell you, man, they have really had a lot of self-induced problems here tonight. Penalties, bad snaps. I mentioned earlier they had a bad one earlier on a punt. That did not hurt them, but that one is going to cost them an extra point at least, or at least the attempt of an extra point. And so it's 9-7. Here's the kick. Taken by Horner back at the 20-yard line. He's going the wrong way. Now he'll try to get some positive yardage, taking it to the far side. Got a penalty flag over there on that sideline. Let's see what we get. So kind of a crazy play there. Braxton Horner caught that one on this near side around the 20. Tried to find something by running clear across the field. Ran a long way, but didn't get much of anything. The penalty, by the way, I believe is going to be a block in the back on Lee County. So we have a holding call going against Lee County, and it's going to be declined. Now we've got also unsportsmanlike conduct also on Lee County. That one will be accepted. So 2 penalties on Lee County. The first one holding, declined. The next one unsportsmanlike conduct. That one is accepted, and boy, that's a biggie. It's 15 yards. So that one's going to hurt. Vera Jones says, way to go, Warner Robins. Charlton Harris says the snapper needs a Red Bull. I like that. Let me hear from you guys tonight along the way watching our live stream of Lee County Warner Robins here on ITG Next. Thanks so much for checking us out. So after the penalty was accepted, the unsportsmanlike, and you've got out Lee County deep in their own hole here. But here's Usmani Cromah trying to get him out of it. A spin move, and he'll be brought down at the 16-yard line. So a gain of 9 yards on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 1. Here's Lee County now. They're ready to go with some tempo. They're up and ready to go. Giving it to Usmani off the left side. He'll run for a first down, couple of yards, and he'll be brought down there at the 21-yard line. So here's Lee County now. They're up and ready to go again. Now Lee County going to slow it up a little bit. Weston Bryan, big southpaw quarterback. Claps his hand, gets it, going to throw, complete. Well, I said he was a southpaw. I don't guess he is. He's a right-hander. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, he's a big boy. He's a good quarterback, and he's complete on that one. Going to come out here to the sidelines now, spotted at the 26. And now here's Lee County. High snap. Brian's got it. Going to pull it down and hand it to Devin Collier. But it threw the whole rhythm of the play off and nothing doing. Eric Ray, he's not a southpaw. You're right, brother. I just caught that. He's a righty. And here he's going to try to get a first down for his Lee County Trojans, trying to draw them offside. 3rd down 11, 8:33 to go in the first half. Warner Robins up 9-7. Play action. Looks. Chased out of the pocket. Now he's going to be sacked. If they can bring the big boy down. So, Brian, there was a Warner Robins defender coming from behind. I thought they maybe were going to try to strip the ball. Fortunately, Brian able to hang on to it, but had to eat it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Lee County now on 4th and a mile is going to be standing at his own goal line to punt this one. And Warner Robins should get great field position out of this. And let's see what we got. Here we go. High snap. It went over the punter's head, but fortunately there was a penalty before the play. It's a false start on Lee County, and I'm not sure why that happened. I mean, you've already got it deep in your own territory. You don't need to go backwards, but that's exactly what they're going to do here. That's going to cost them 5 yards. Cameron Snap is in to punt this one away, and he's going to need to get off a dandy here. There's another high. It's another high snap. He was able to get it off, though, somehow, before it rolled out of the back of the end zone for a safety. I don't know how he picked that one up, but he did, able to get it off. And all things considered, not too bad. However, Warner Robins is going to take over in great field position. Well, spotted at the 30. Let's see where they're going to spot this thing. So around the 37. Remember, the earlier snap went over his head, but that was negated due to the delay of game penalty. That one, Snap had to go up the ladder, knock it down. He was able to pick it up. I thought the ball was going to roll out of the back of the end zone for safety. He was able to get something off. And, again, all things considered, not as bad as it could have been. However, here's Warner Robins now in business at the Lee County 36-yard line. They lead it, and they're looking for more. There's a short gain, left side. Depending on forward progress, they'll give him about 3. It's 9-7. Warner Robins leads it. We're 7 minutes to go in the half. 9-7. Warner Robins leads it. They've been able to run the ball tonight with pretty good authority. Austin Lang says it's impressive for a punter. Indeed, it was. That was quite an impressively athletic play. Gain of 2 yards, 2nd and 8 at the 34 of Lee County. Here's Warner Robins in good field position. Here's Canyon, who's going to get it, and they're going to bring him down. Nice tackle that time, open field tackle by Jace Angry. We haven't called Isaiah Canyon's name much tonight. He got the jet sweep on that one, but Angry come up and was able to pull him down. Justin Catava says, stay on the gas, Demons. Big play here for both teams. 3rd and long. Loss of 3 on that play. Makes it 3rd and 11 now for Warner Robins. Ball back at the 37 of Lee County. Reese, heavy rush, throws it down the middle. Complete! They just hit Lee County on a long touchdown. 37-yard touchdown. Wow, what a throw. There was a Lee County Trojan right in Reese's face. He was able to get it off. And it comes on 3rd and long. And that was a great-looking play there from Reese and the receiver for Warner Robins. Let's see if I can catch that number. Warner Robins goes up now 15-7. The point after attempt coming up here. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. The 37-yard touchdown pass and catch comes at 5:59 of the second quarter. First half. Warner Robins, 16. Lee County, 7. All right, guys. Again, big thanks to our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to be presenting sponsor between Warner Robins and Lee County tonight. Athletes and fans alike, between Bakers and Pro Sports, you can get your gear covered from cheerleading to football to fans. We're a one-stop shop for top quality sports apparel and equipment. Call us 904-388-8126. That's 904-388-8126 for all of your sporting good needs. Also, big thanks to our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. You deserve the best when it comes to coverage. Quality coverage, experienced agents, you get it all with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. They'll be our sponsors all season long, our entire 2023 Game of the Week package. Brought to you again by our friends at Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Vera Jones and Tony Anderson, both happy about their Warner Robins Demons. And I got to tell you, I've talked about the mistakes that Warner Robins has made. However, they have certainly worked around the errors, and they have made some big-time plays. They've looked good running the football, and Chase Reese on the last couple of touchdown throws has been spot on. Good-looking quarterback, good-looking team, the Demons of Shane Sams. Onside kick. And we got whistles. Check the call here. We got a penalty flag. So we had an onside kick. Man, Warner Robins pulling out all the stops here. So Warner Robins going to be backed up 5 yards. Would not expect another onside kick, but you never know. Tell you, this Demons team has come out and looked sharp here tonight, except for, as I mentioned earlier, they've looked sharp except for some early mistakes and miscues that mainly came in that first quarter, but they've been able to work around that. Now here's kind of more of a pooch kick. It's going to take a great hop for Lee County, and they'll pull it down and take it across the 50 to about the 45-yard line. That was number 30 for Lee County, who got a great hop. Bryce Carter, the sophomore, able to take that one out of the air. And he takes it across the 50. So I understand the pooch kicks. I do get it. Sometimes, though, those will backfire on you. And too early to tell if that one has or not. But let's see what Lee County can do with it. They've got it 1st and 10. The ball just over the 50 at the Warner Robins 49-yard line. Weston Bryant. 2 backs off either hips. Now man in motion going out to that far side. Bryan going to take it. Going to hand it to Usmani Cromar. Taking it down to the 35-yard line. Gain of 14 yards. Lee County wants to go with some tempo here. Under 6 minutes to go in the half. Little dump pass out on that far side. It's complete. Nice little play action there. Goes to Honer Braxton. So here comes Lee County now. They seem to do well when they get to running this tempo. Let's see if they keep it up. Here they have gone from the 49 to the 31 in 2 plays. Looking over to the sideline now. 2nd down. We'll call it 6 needed for the first. Bryan, the big quarterback, takes it. Going to hand it to Usmani Cromar. He'll turn it back up to the middle, and he'll take it for a couple of yards. 3rd down, we'll call it 3rd and 4, needed for the first. 4:49, 4:48 in counting. Warner Robins leads it 16-7. 16-7. Direct snap. With a 1st down, they went into a different formation, went into more of a kind of a wildcat. They direct snapped it to Devin Collier, the senior, and he takes it over the right side for a 1st down. So Lee County able to run this tempo with pretty good precision here, and Warner Robbins says, hey, let's slow this baby down, and takes a timeout here. Shelton Tucker says 16-14 won't be too bad. Listen, if you're a Lee County fan, that's exactly what you want right now. You want to try to drive this thing down, maybe take up a little bit more of the time off the clock, get a touchdown, cut this lead to a couple. And, you got 4:24 left. Who knows? Maybe you take this thing down close to halftime. I'm Phil Jones, going to be on the call with you all season long on our live stream of great games around the state. We feel like our 2023 slate of the Game of the Week is one of the best we've put together so far. Next week, McEachern at Hughes. That's where we will be. Our first look this year at both those teams, McEachern and Langston Hughes. Our first look, of course, at Prentice Air Nolan. Eric Evans says Ware County 7-0 on Appling in the second. All right, here we go. Coming out of the timeout, first down. Going to hand it to Crow Mall, who stretches it out. Now he'll try to find some room on the corner. We got a penalty flag thrown. Let's see what we get. Not sure what the penalty. You got to wonder if it's a hold. Dean Fabrizio is right there, as he usually is, in the ear of the referee. Let's see what we get. Yeah, going to get a hold or block in the back, either way. On Lee County. Either way, it's not good. But that's what you're going to get 9 times out of 10 on a running play like that. So if you're a Lee County fan, that's not what you want. Trojans had some momentum going there. But, again, credit Warner Robbins. They wanted to stop the momentum, called a timeout, and that's what they get. So 4:15 to go. Now we're first and on the penalty spot foul. 1st and 18 now is the call. Throw out here in the flat. It's incomplete. Dangerous pass there. He floated it out there. It was a little too high for the receiver to bring down. Thankfully for Lee County, not a lateral. Instead, it falls harmlessly to the turf, but it is an incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 18 now. So what was a little bit of momentum coming down the field for Lee County has stalled here. 2nd down and 18 for the Lee County Trojans. Clock stops. 4:02 left to go in the half. Lee County has got it at the Warner Robbins 30. Weston Bryan takes it. Hand it to Usmani Crow Ma. A little bit of running room. It closes up in a hurry, though, as he takes it to the 25. Third down and 13 now. Here's Lee County up and ready to go. Going back to that tempo. Play action. Looks. Throws. Ball was there but knocked away on a great hit that time from Warner Robbins, Jeremiah Cray. It took a little too long to get out there to the receiver who was wide open, but the time it got to him, Cray came up and made a great hit to jar the ball loose. So now, what was a nice drive from Lee County has stalled, and you've got 4th and 13 at the 25, and Lee County kind of in no man's land as far as trying for a field goal. They're going to go for it. Throws. Pass is complete. Can he get to the first down? I believe he does. What a play. It's close. It's right at the first down marker. He had a Lee County man, or a Warner Robbins defender, draped all over his ankles. He was trying to shake loose and at least get a few more inches to get the first down. What a play. Now, they're right at the marker. They're going to bring in and measure. Shane Sams is over there complaining. I don't think he likes the spot. Instead of giving the first down, I think they're going to come out and measure this. Let's see, or will they? No, they're going to say first down. That's what Sams was upset about. So 4th and long. Lee County rolls the dice. They go for it, and they make it. What a play. Wow. Handoff. Nice run. Ball fumbled, though. Did the ground cause it, or did it come out? They're going to signal it's a fumble, and Warner Robbins takes over, and, man, that is costly there. Devin Collier got the handoff, but he fumbles it. And it's a turnover, and, man, that is a costly turnover for Lee County. Ouch. Well, what a shame for Lee County. You had 4th and forever, and you go for it, and you make it by the hair of your chinny chin chin, and then you come up, and you get a nice run, but a fumble at the end of the run, that's just a backbreaker there if you're a Lee County fan. And so now Warner Robbins going to take over. They've got the momentum now back in their corner. They've also got the lead 16-7. They are in the shadow of their own goal line, with a 16-7 lead and 3:13 left to go in the half. Handoff. Reese is going to keep it, and he'll take it out for a few yards over the 10-yard line. That's going to give him a little bit of breathing room here, taking it to the 13. Now, if you're Lee County, there's no time to sulk and hang your head over the fumble. You got to come up and play defense and try to stop Warner Robbins, who's got a world of momentum in their corner right now. Reese takes it. Handoff. No, Reese, boy, I tell you, Reese is a magician back there. He's had me fooled on the last 2 plays. I thought he had handed it. But another play action is Reese sticking it in the gut of the ball carrier and pulling it out and keeping it for a nice little run. Joe Spiffy Harbin says a lot of mistakes by both teams. You're right, Joe. We're down to 2 minutes or 2:20 to go in the half. Warner Robbins now, you can bet they're probably going to keep this one on the ground, you would think, and try to run clock. But, man, I don't know. They're going to run it, and Lee County going to sniff that one out. Leading the charge that time was big Leroy Jackson, all 6'2" and 270. So that's a big play by Lee County's defensive line there, but we're under 2 minutes to go. Again, Warner Robbins, you would think, going to be content on just running this clock. 2nd down and long. 2nd and about 13. Yeah, Warner Robbins now in no hurry. They'll watch this play clock run down. They'll probably snap it with a couple of seconds left to go. There's the snap. Reese looking, throws, complete. Had a defender draped all over him. Warner Robbins may have gotten his ankle rolled by the Lee County defender that was draped all over him, but it's a complete pass. Just when you think that Warner Robbins is going to try to snooze this clock on out, they fool you by throwing it and complete. Man, I tell you, for this guy, this Warner Robbins team has been quite impressive in this first half. They have played defense. They've come up with big plays when they've needed it. And, man, offensively, again, working around some early mistakes, they have overcome those mistakes, and they've been able to get key first downs and 2 big touchdown passes from Chase Reese, the senior quarterback. Thank you, Brenton Chatfield. I appreciate the kind words there, brother. Elizabeth Gibson, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hope we live streamed them all. Nope, just this one tonight, but thank you for the kind words. Oh, you're a Warner Robbins fan. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you, guys. Houston County beating Sumter 42-6. All right, here we go, coming out of the timeout, 3rd down and 5. Clock runs. All right, we'll run. Reese looking, throws. Got a man wide open on that far sideline. Man, they just got him wide open over there, and that's a dagger. That is going to keep Warner Robins offense on the field, and that hurt if you're a Lee County fan. But if you're a Warner Robins fan, man, that's all you wanted. Folks, Chase Reese is impressive. I talked so much about Isaiah Canyon before the game, deservedly so. I talked about Cam Flowers, deservedly so. But this Chase Reese, as Justin Gaston says, is indeed looking good. Long throw, out of bounds. Now that was intended for Canyon. No penalty flags. That they just basically ran out of real estate is what happened there. That's going to stop the clock. 1 minute, 3 seconds left. If you're just joining us, it's Warner Robins leading at 16-7. Second down. Running play, left side. Man, they just keep running it in chunks. Great day. 10-yard burst off the left side. That time from number 3, that's Trey Gunnings. Just weapon after weapon. The running game has looked impressive. The passing game has looked impressive for Warner Robins. Getting it done tonight. Clock runs now, under 40 seconds left. Wouldn't be surprised, though, to see Warner Robins take a couple of shots here. Reese is going to take it, going to keep it. He'll be brought down right at midfield. Make sure he's okay. Man, he took a pretty hard hit there. He gets up. They're stopping the clock. I guess a timeout, Warner Robins. I want to thank our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to be the presenting sponsor between Warner Robins and Lee County tonight. Athletes and fans alike, between Bakers and Pro Sports, you can get your gear covered from cheerleading to football to fans. We're a one-stop shop for top quality sports apparel and equipment. Call us at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. We're Baker Sports and Pro Sports. Proud to be sponsoring our live stream all season long here at ITG Next. Also, big thanks goes out to our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. You deserve the best, quality coverage, experienced agents. You get it all from Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. We're in Leesburg, Lee County. Someone just asked where they're playing at. We're in Leesburg, Georgia. Warner Robins, Lee County, the 2023 season opener for both teams. And right now, if you're a Warner Robins fan, you got to be happy. Or if you are a Warner Robins fan, you got to be happy. The clock is off right now. They show 20 minutes. That's not right. Play action. Look out. Heavy rush here. Reese going to get it off. Throws. Middle of the field. It's complete. Let's see what we get here. All right. Incomplete. Incomplete. So apparently the ball took a bounce before it got to the receiver. So incomplete pass. And again, the clock is all out of whack. So I can't tell you how much time we have. I have no idea. 15 seconds is what I'll call it. Here we go. Handoff, left side, and Lee County going to stop. We got a penalty flag down, though. Watch that. I'm guessing that's going to be a hold. So 9 seconds. So they got this thing here at Lee County where it actually, I guess it breaks it down into tenths of a second, and it throws me off. So 9 seconds. Ooh, ouch. That's a face mask on Lee County. That is going to march it up now 15 yards. It'll put it inside the 40 at the Lee County 38. So you've got less than 10 seconds left. Now Warner Robins, that gives them a chance to take a shot deep to the end zone. You can bet your bottom dollar that's what they're going to do. Why wouldn't they? Reese can certainly get it there. So here we go. Double receivers stacked out there on the left side. Now they're just going to throw it out. Wide receiver screen. They're going to let the receiver take it and streak down that far sideline, which he did. I thought they may take a shot deep. They didn't right there. Maybe they wanted to get a little bit closer. Now, will they try to kick a long field goal here? 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds left. Now that got them a little bit closer. I tell you, I'm impressed with the talent from Warner Robins. I'm also impressed with the play calling from Warner Robins. Shane Sams, the head coach, former offensive coordinator. He quarterbacked Warner Robins back in 2004. He was the offensive coordinator for the Demons in 2017, 2018. Played for Brian Way at Warner Robins. He's the head coach at Centennial for 1 year in 2019. And the last couple of years, he's been the offensive coordinator for the Rome Wolves. Get a little tangled up here in my cords. We have Mr. Producer with us tonight. Mr. Producer from Extra Point, Sean Perry, is on the great video coverage, the great camera. Give that man a big shout out. Sean Perry, doing a great job. All right, here we go now. We got 4 seconds left. Warner Robin has it at the Lee County 29-yard line. So you're looking at one play here. Trips to the left. You'll see all those guys run to the end zone. There they go. Reese is going to step up and launch it long. Jump ball, knocked away, incomplete, no flags, and that is going to wrap it up for the first half of play here in Lee County, where for the most part, things have gone the way of the Warner Robins Demons tonight, as the Demons lead it 16-7 here at the half. Chris Turk, I bleed red, class of 88. Attaboy, Chris. So a couple of touchdown passes there in the first half for Warner Robins. The difference in this, Lee County, they get the great touchdown run from Devin Collier. Their only score of the first half. Again, Warner Robins, we started the game off. Warner Robins kicking it off to Lee County. Lee County on a pooch kick, they fumbled it. Warner Robins able to take over, and they knocked down a 27-yard field goal to take an early 3-0 lead. Lee County came back on the nice touchdown run from Devin Collier to go up 7-3. And then after that, you had Warner Robins with a touchdown, botched extra point snap. But Warner Robins goes up 9-7. And then on a great touchdown throw and catch from Reese. And again, I'll have to check that Warner Robins receiver who made the catch, but a couple of touchdown passes from Chase Reese. And the field goal gives Warner Robins the lead, 16-7 here at the half. Phil Jones with you, ITG Next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Phil Jones with you. We are the ITG Next Game of the Week. I want to thank our friends here at Lee County for feeding us during the halftime while you guys enjoyed the halftime entertainment from both bands. Boy, they did a great job. As far as on the field, the Warner Robins Demons have done a great job. Actually, both teams have played fairly well, but where it counts on the scoreboard, you've got Warner Robins leading it 16-7 as we get ready to start the second half of play. Now, if you are a Lee County fan, the last thing you want to have happen with your Lee County team is to panic. No room to panic. I bet you Dean Fabrizio told the team that very thing in the locker room. Look, we're behind by a touchdown. It is a two-score game. But all you need is a score to get back in this game. And, of course, as we know, when you have a player like Ousmane Kromah, you are one play away from getting your team right back in it. Now, speaking of Kromah, I think, again, the key is to keep it on the ground. There's no need to start airing it out. No need to think that you've got to pass it to get back in this game. Because, again, it's all about playing to your strengths. And as we have seen, Lee County, primarily their strength has been running the football. For Warner Robins, it's been a little bit of everything. They've been able to run clock. They've been able to run the football with authority. And, man, when needed, Chase Reese has been able to deliver the football quite well. Very efficient passer in the first half. 2 touchdown passes and a field goal has given Warner Robins their 16 points. And again, as I mentioned earlier, for Lee County, Devin Collier's touchdown run, the only scoring of the first half for the Lee County Trojans. All right, other scores that we've got coming in, you've now got Massillon and Valdosta tied 14-14, that game up in Ohio. Massillon was down in that game 14-0. Now they've battled back to tie it up. Our Mark Dykes is up in Massillon. Is ITG Next is up there. We are documenting the entire experience, both teams. You know, you're talking about the birthplace of football up there, guys. Canton, right near Canton, Ohio, the birthplace of football. Paul Brown. In fact, the game's played at Paul Brown Stadium. So you got about 16,500 in attendance at that game up there tonight, where, again, it's 14-14 right now up in Massillon. Houston County all over Sumter, 49-6. Coffee leads Tift County 24-7. That's in the second quarter. The Cook High Hornets lead the Pelham Hornets 21-0. That's at the half. Crisp County leads Dooley County 20-0. And again, if we get other scores, we'll certainly pass them along to you as we go forward. All right. So we got Carrollton up 34-33 over Langston, 4:35 left in the game. Keith Wooldridge giving us that update. Thanks so much for that, Keith. Here we go. ITG Next game of the week. Lee County, Warner Robins getting ready for the second half of play. And Lee County will be kicking it off, going right to left. And here we go. This is going to be a nice kick, taken right around the goal line. And, boy, there's a big special teams tackle. Coming down there, who was that head for Lee County? Looked like that was number 50. Jace Murray. Jace Murray on the big special teams play. So here we go to start the second half. You're going to have Warner Robins. With the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Going to be interesting to see what develops in the second half with Warner Robins leading it 16-7. Lee County defense needs to come out. It's important for them to develop some dominance, stiffen up the line play. We'll see what kind of adjustments Dean Fabrizio was able to make at halftime to try to slow down this Warner Robins running attack. Quick throw, far side, wide receiver screen is complete. And, boy, Warner Robins, that's Isaiah Canyon on the catch. He's a big-time playmaker and speedster for them. And he makes the catch and takes it for 8 yards.
Second down and 2. Getting it out to the 20-yard line is Shane Sams of Warner Robins Demons, who are really looking good here so far. Second and short. 2 receivers far side, 1 here to the near side. Man coming in motion from right to left. They're going to take and hand it. And nothing doing that time for number 26. That's Terry Wright, the running back for Warner Robins. Going to be brought down for no gain on that play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. It's early in the 3rd, but this is an important play. Lee County would love nothing more than to force a 3 and out here for Warner Robins, who have trip receivers lined up here to this near side. Look out here for some kind of quick hitting pass. And there it comes, complete. And Lee County all over it, though. You kind of knew what was coming. I thought it may be some kind of quick hitter with trips, maybe throwing it to the leading receiver and letting a couple of guys block for him. That's exactly what they did. However, Lee County able to sniff it out. And indeed, Lee County does force the 3 and out. So they're going to force Warner Robins into a punting situation. If you're a Lee County fan, that's a big win for you. So Warner Robins is going to be forced into a rare punting situation, as Cam Flowers is going to be standing about a yard or so in his own end zone to punt this one away. Here we go. Going to be a short punt, and it's going to take a Lee County bounce and just going to roll out of bounds, or I should say bounce out of bounds. Let's see where they spot this thing. Going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. So that's going to give Lee County great field position. So not a good punt from Warner Robins. And let's see if Lee County can take advantage. I mentioned earlier we've seen special team snafus from both teams. Lee County fumbled the opening kickoff. Warner Robins had a bad snap on an extra point attempt. They also had a bad snap on a punt attempt. That time it's just a bad punt. And Lee County now will take over at the Warner Robins 30-yard line, their first possession of the second half. Going to give it to Usmani Cromah, who's looking for running room. Not much there as he stutter steps for about 2 or 3. For the most part, Warner Robins has done a good job of containing the talented running back Cromah. Elizabeth Gibson says, "Still the ball, Demons." A lot of Warner Robins fans checking out the game tonight, and I appreciate that, guys. Thank you for checking out our ITG Next live stream. Quick throw over here near side. It went right through the hands of Honer. Braxton Honer. They were trying to set up a wide receiver screen here with the leading receiver blocking for him. They may have had something, but we'll never know as the ball went right through the hands of Braxton Honer. So, going to bring up 3rd and long for Lee County. 3 receivers here to this near side. 3rd down and 8. Weston going to drop off a screen pass. The ball's dropped. Usmani Cromah dropped it. So sloppy looking play here coming out on the first possession of the second half for Lee County. So they get 2 yards on 3 plays, and again, kind of in no man's land. You're too far away for a field goal attempt, too short for a punt attempt. So Lee County going to leave the offense in there and going to go for it. Snap. Weston Bryan looks, throws it to the end zone. Had a man open, but boy, a great play. It was a little underthrown. And the cornerback for Warner Robins made an excellent play. That was Miles Joyner, who went up the ladder and was able to knock it away. Had it not been for that, it would have been a touchdown. But great play. Another great play. How many times have we said that tonight from the Warner Robins Demons? This time it comes from Miles Joyner, senior defensive back. Went up the ladder and able to knock that one away. So, nothing doing for Lee County despite getting great field position on the bad punt. They are not able to capitalize, and now Warner Robins going to come back out. They'll take over, second offensive possession of this second half, and a 16-7 Demons lead here in the third. Reese going to take it, going to hand it off. He breaks away from a tackler. Look out. Big-time running room here. A missed tackle by a Lee County player. And Terry Wright breaks it out for a huge gain of 30 yards out to the 50. So now they'll spot it. Well, they're going to spot it back a little, back at the 47 now. Still a big gain for Warner Robins and a first down. Reese, quick drop, looks, throws, complete at the 39-yard line. And right now, Warner Robins is clicking on all cylinders. They are looking quite efficient. Running it, throwing it, defensively, they have come out and have played inspired football. Lee County looks a little slow here. Empty backfield for Reese, who takes it, looks, heavy rush, just gets it off, throws, incomplete. Had a heavy rush that time coming from Lee County's. That was Tamaris Williams, the senior defensive back, coming on a corner blitz. Second down. Two receivers far side, two to the near side. Here's Reese, but we've got whistles. Check the call. Penalty flag on that far side. Warner Robins says it's on Lee County. Lee County may have lined up all sides. So Lee County hanging in this game, but right now you kind of get the feeling that Warner Robins may be a step or two quicker. Going to move it up 5 yards. So now here's Warner Robins, 2nd and 5. Three receivers to the far side. One back in the backfield. Now he'll split out. And here's Warner Robins. Reese going to be chased out of the pocket. And he'll be chased out of bounds. And let's see what we get. So they'll be credited with a quarterback sack on that play. And so now it's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 for Warner Robins. Got to tell you, they've been able to get it when it counts. Lee County fans getting on their feet, making some noise. They're trying to inspire this defense. Let's see if it works. Snap to Reese. Long drop, setting up the screen. And it was almost intercepted, but the big lineman was fumbling and bumbling and stumbling, and he couldn't hang on to it. Listen, that's why Devin Jackson is a junior, 275. Folks, I was going to say they don't pay him, but there's no pay. But you get my point. He's not out there to catch the football, and he proved it on that play. Although he had a chance, had his hands all over it. But punting situation here for Warner Robins. Nevertheless, it is a good stand for the Lee County defense. And they're going to force Warner Robins into what we think is a punting situation, but you never know. We've got whistles now. Check the call. Going to be a delay of game on Warner Robins, so that's going to set them back 5 yards. Dondre Lamont Stith is watching from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Go Demons, class of 2005. The beauty of the internet. Here's the punt. And it's going to take a bounce and roll out of bounds at around the 17-yard line. Now we got a man is down. There's no penalty flags. Here comes Warner Robbins' trainers out to check on him. I was not looking at the play. And I'm not sure what happened. It was the punter. I don't think anybody ran into him. There's no flags. That's Cam Flowers who is down. Now they're going to get him up and help him off the field. That's good to see. Initial thought was that it may have been some kind of running into or roughing the kicker, but no call. So Warner Robbins turning it back over to Lee County on the punt, and now Lee County desperately looking for some type of momentum on offense. They have found very little tonight. Ousmane Cromah has been held in check for the most part tonight, the all-everything running back, recruited by practically every major college in the United States, including a recent offer from University of Miami. And you can bet there'll be many more coming his way, only a junior. So here we go. We're 8:12 to go in the third. Lee County looking for something offensively. There goes Cromah carrying a couple of Warner Robbins defenders. Cromah, big, strong running back, taking it to the 24. Now Lee County wants to run tempo. Referee is holding him up right now. Now he releases them, says, let's go. Gain of 7 yards on that last play by Cromah. Weston Bryan, the quarterback, takes it. Going to hand it to Cromah again. It's important to try to get him going. Made a couple of men miss that time, and this is what you want. You can kind of feel it, can't you? Cromah with a couple of big runs. And I say, if you're a Lee County fan, keep feeding it to 32. Let him get some momentum going. That's what this Lee County Trojan offense desperately needs right now. Here we go. Bryan calls for it. Going to give it to Ousmane Cromah. He breaks one tackle. There goes Cromah with a nice run. Getting it up close to the 45. A Warner Robbins defender going to drive him back. Check the forward progress, though. Getting it up over the 45. Taking it very close to a first down. 2nd and 1. Now, if you're Lee County, you got 2nd and 1 here. Maybe a play action and take a deep shot here. You got one to waste. Let's see. 2 receivers here to this near side. Let's see what they do. No, they're going to play it safe and going to try for the first down. They'll get in. There he goes. A nice run that time. That was Devin Collier, who has the only Lee County touchdown tonight. And now you can see a little bit of momentum coming here from Lee County. They're ready to go with some tempo. We got whistles. Check the call. May have had a, let's see what we get. May have had a timeout, and we did. Had a timeout before the play. Warner Robbins. I'll say this. Warner Robbins has done a good job when Lee County gets a good bit of momentum going. They've effectively used their timeout. Shane Sams and company uses another one there. We're going to take this timeout to tell you about our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to partner with ITG Next and sponsor tonight's football game. From athletes to fans, Baker's has got your apparel and sporting equipment needs covered. Thank you for all enjoying Friday Night Lights with us tonight. And don't forget, call Baker's at 904-388-3739. 8126 for any of your future equipment needs. Baker Sports and Pro Sports, proud partners with ITG Next, sponsoring tonight's game. Hope you guys are enjoying our live stream of tonight's game, the first of many we'll be bringing you this season. So Warner Robins uses a timeout to try to slow down what was Lee County's tempo offense. And coming out of the timeout now, you got 6:22, 1st and 10, Lee County. On the Warner Robins side of the 50, Crow Ma, right up the middle. Going to get it to about the 40. We have a penalty flag, though, on the play. Let's check and see what we have here. Going to be a false start on Lee County. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Either way, Lee County. Bryce McMahon also watching from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Abby Pearson checking in. What's up, Abby? Clinch leading Berrien 21-7. Abby says, I'm surprised at that score. Or if you're a Lee County fan, you might be as well. Another handoff this time. Nice run. I tell you, Devin Collier trying to leap over a Warner Robins defender. We got another penalty flag down. And Warner Robins says it's on Lee County. Boy, right now, penalties just killing Lee County. You can see the disgust just from the body posture of Dean Fabrizio. All the referees are converging here. They're right in front of Fabrizio and the Lee County sideline. Lee County players trying to get this crowd into it. Fabrizio talking to the officials here, trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm not sure what the call is. Let's see if we can get the call from the white hat here. So a personal foul penalty on Lee County. That's not good. So from the spot of the foul, going to mark it back 10 yards. So now 1st and 24 for Lee County. And right now, Lee County, since they kind of had a little bit of momentum going, but man, the penalties have just killed them. And right there, little short dump-off pass, incomplete to Crow Ma. So again, just when Lee County was like they get a little bit of momentum going, the penalties, just you can just feel it taking the charge out of the air and out of the Lee County offense. Matt Keep is checking in from Kitchener, Ontario. Lee County, class of 2001. Thanks so much, Matt. 2nd and a mile. Going to be a long pass. Got a man diving for it. Did he make the catch? We got penalty flags now. Check it. Pass is incomplete, I think. The pass was intended for Usmani Crow Ma, who got helped up there, but let's see what we got. Going to be pass interference on Warner Robins. So after having been self-inflicting problems with penalties, Lee County finally gets a break there on a pass interference. Remember now, it won't be at the spot of the foul, but it will give them 15 yards back. So that's going to basically put them where they originally started from. So the ball is at the 42-yard line. 5:33 left in this third. Devin Collier's been the man, real spark plug for Lee County tonight. Going to take it for about 4 yards off the right side. Now here's Lee County up again. It's like Groundhog Day. We keep seeing this over and over. Lee County gets a little bit of momentum going, and then something happens where they shoot themselves in the foot. Here's Collier again. Short run this time, maybe taking it for a yard. Weston Bryan didn't like something and is complaining and wants a call. I'm not sure what it was. So Lee County now going to be forced into a punting situation. So what was a little bit of momentum, again, goes for naught. Now, Dean Fabrizio is the riverboat gambler. Will we see him pull one out of the hat here and try a fake punt? He has a reputation for that. And let's see. You never know. And there it is. It is a fake punt. And Lee County going to take it for a first down. So Fabrizio, if you've seen Lee County and you've seen Fabrizio, you know he's a riverboat gambler. That's why I said that before the punt. And sure enough, Fabrizio pulling out all the stops. He calls for the fake punt, and Lee County converts. So that's a great call. Let's see if Lee County now can take advantage of it. So first down, Lee County. Going to run a man late onto the field now. Brian trying to get him lined up. See if they can get the snap off here before the play clock. They do. Crow Ma is going to turn it inside and driving for yards. Look at him drive those legs. Warner Robbins comes up with what they thought is a fumble return, but the white hat says, no, bring it back. So Lee County again trying to find some momentum here. 3:54 left to go in the third, a third quarter that has really lasted a while, hasn't it? Gain of 4 yards on that play from Crow Ma, and he earned every bit of that one. So second down. Here's Brian in the gun. He'll take, and we've got whistles yet again. Got a penalty flag. Check the call. Offsides on Warner Robbins. So that's a break for Lee County. That's going to move it up 5 yards and put Lee County within a yard of a first down. It'll be 2nd and 1. Ball spotted at the 17. Going to go into the Wildcat, it looks like here. Going to direct snap it to Collier. There goes Collier right up the middle. Got some running room. Breaks one tackle. Going to take it close to the 5 before they drive him back. Crow Ma. Who's Monty standing over by himself. Just as a spectator on that one. You don't see that often. So give Devin Collier credit. He fought for and got the first down. So now here's Lee County. 1st and goal to go from the 7. Lee County, their best threat of this second half. They trail it 16-7. Here's Brian now back in at quarterback. And we've got a false start. Lee County, and just got to concentrate there. Elizabeth Gibson says, push them back, Demons. So now you go from the 7 back out to the 12. So still 1st and goal to go. But now it's 1st and goal to go from the 12. High snap. Brian's going to take. Got some running room out on that corner as he's going to sprint to the end zone. Touchdown from 12 yards out. Braxton Honer able to get to the corner from 12 yards out. It comes at 3:07 of the third. And here's the point after attempt coming up now. Here's the kick, and it is up. It is good. So your score now, Warner Robins 16, Lee County inches closer at 14. 16-14 your score with Warner Robins on top. Let's hear from our friends now at Baker Sports. Welcome all football fanatics. Friday Night Lights 2023 is finally here. Brought to you by Baker Sports and Pro Sports. Together serve as your one-stop destination for top quality sports equipment. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, Baker's has got you covered. Remember to call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for all your sporting goods needs. That's Baker Sports, 904-388-8126 for all your sporting good needs. Now, guys, let's sit back and enjoy the rest of this gridiron spectacle of a game. Landry Everett says, we're beating ourselves. Come on, Demons. He's from the class of 95. He was number 56 left tackle. Langston Hughes, 39, Carrollton, 34 final. So Hughes has done it. They have defeated Carrollton, who put up 86 points on Alexander, but they didn't do that tonight. Little pooch kick, and Warner Robins fields it cleanly, and they'll get good field position. I don't know how you guys feel about the pooch kicks. I get it. You want to avoid the big run back. And I guess if you can't put it in and through the back of the end zone, the next best thing maybe is to try to pooch it. I don't think it was necessarily a attempt where they were trying to onside it, but nevertheless, it's fielded cleanly by Warner Robins, and they're going to get good field position starting at their own 40-yard line. That's where they're going to put it. Daniel Maurice Lester says, go Trojans, let's keep the mojo. Shelton Tucker calls for Lee County to get a 3-and-out. Thanks so much for watching along the way, guys. I'm Phil Jones, ITG Next Game of the Week, our live stream, week 1, and we're seeing a good one here tonight in Leesburg. Lee County trails it 16-14. Warner Robins with the ball back. Just over 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Chase Reese going to hand it right up the middle. Maybe a couple of yards there as the ball carrier falls over the 40. And he may be hurt. Oh no. You got to think cramp this time of the year, early in the season. Guys, we know how hot it is and how hot it's been. You can only imagine how hot it is for these young people in their gear, and even here at, 9:30 at night, it's still quite hot. So my point being, you got to think cramping, big part of these players going down. And listen, that's not a bad thing. They can get these players rehydrated and back up. Short gain, a yard is what they gave him. 2nd down and 9. Will we see a momentum shift here, or will Warner Robins keep their foot on the pedal? Reese with an empty backfield, takes, looks back to the backside screen. Receivers got it. Look out. He looked like he was going to get a big gain there, but here comes the Lee County defense to close it up. Leading the way that time for Lee County, number 12. That was Tion Garman. Cam Flowers on the catch. Well, I tell you, I'm really impressed with Shane Sams and the play calling. by Warner Robins. They get quite creative. We had a penalty. The referees are coming over to talk to Dean Fabrizio. I'm going to see if we can figure out what's going on here. Fabrizio wondering what's going on. Fabrizio, one of the more animated head coaches, and he's also one of the better ones too. He's a good one. But boy, he makes his point, telling Hank Wright something, the Lee County AD, and I think it may be on the band playing, and I think Fabrizio was telling Hank Wright to go down there and tell the band to maybe keep it down. Here we go, throw across the middle, it's complete. And there you see Warner Robins on a 3rd down and long. They convert. Wow. I am so impressed with Chase Reese. What a throw, what a catch. 3rd and long, another conversion for Warner Robins. Clinging to a 2-point lead as we're late in the 3rd quarter. You set it down. It's 1st and 10 of the Lee County 48. Here's Reese now, sprinting toward the corner. He'll get there and run out of bounds. Gain of about 4. Going to be 2nd down, and we'll call it 6 needed for the 1st. Boy, Reese is a good athlete. Phil Jones with you, ITG next game of the week. Thanks so much, guys, for checking us out tonight. Great turnout, by the way. We appreciate you guys. Lou Blunt says, let's go Lee, all the way from Fort Eustis, Virginia. Reese, deep drop, deep throw, long down the field. Receiver climbs the ladder, and he goes up and gets it. That is Isaiah Kenyon, the playmaker for Warner Robins. I mentioned earlier we hadn't called his name a whole lot tonight earlier, but we'll call his number now as Kenyon goes up the ladder and gets it and brings it down. A huge throw from Reese to Kenyon, 2 of their big playmakers, and now you got Warner Robins with 1st and 10 from the Lee County 14-yard line. Don't look now, but here come the Demons. Reese going to take a look over at Sam's and the sideline. And we are going to have a timeout. 1:25 left to go in the 3rd. Man, oh man, this Warner Robins offense has been quite impressive tonight. You know, I got to be honest with you, when you start hearing about losing players like Malcolm Brown and Vic Burley, you know, you start thinking, well, maybe Warner Robins is going to be looking at a rare rebuilding season. But I don't think there's a such thing as Warner Robins and rebuilding. I don't think you say those two things in the same sentence. You're talking about a team that's gone to 6 consecutive state title games. Incredible. 2017. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. With championships in 20 and 21. And boy, you see just that championship caliber on display here tonight. Coming out of the timeout, 1:25 in the 3rd. Warner Robins 16, Lee County 14, but Warner Robins threatening after a big play. Reese gonna hand it to the back. He'll be stuffed, no gain. Number 8, Jeremiah Jackson, the senior running back, stopped for no gain. Roz Whitaker says longest game ever. It's been a long one, that's for sure. We got a double reverse and a throw, and a man's wide open for a touchdown. Now they're going to mark him out. They're going to mark him out at the 1 foot line. I mentioned earlier what crafty play calling we've been seeing from Shane Sams and his staff. And you see it there again. On a double reverse and a throw, the throw comes from Isaiah Canyon. Now, he's technically and can be a quarterback. He was slated to be their starting quarterback last year. They brought the transfer in. And now here you go from 1 foot out. I formation. They run into each other, did the fullback, and that's going to cause Warner Robins to go from the 1 foot line to about the 4 yard line. That's a tough break for Warner Robins as the fullback ran into Reese. Terry Wright got the call, lined up at the fullback. Reese turned around to hand it to him. They run into each other, and by doing so, they lost all momentum, and they're going to lose 2 yards back to around the 4. And that is going to bring it in to the third quarter. As we go to the fourth quarter, it's Warner Robins 16, Lee County 14. Warner Robins threatening to extend this lead as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Guys, again, big thanks to our sponsors, not just for tonight, but all season long. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, as well as our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to sponsor with ITG Next tonight's football game. From athletes to fans, Baker's has got your apparel and sporting equipment needs covered. Thank you all for enjoying Friday Night Lights with us tonight. And don't forget, call Baker's at 904-388-8126 for any of your future equipment needs. Again, that number for Baker Sports, 904-388-8126. Josh Nelson says, thinking this may be the longest third quarter ever. It was a long one. All right, here we go. First play of the fourth quarter. Warner Robins, second and goal from the 3. Now they had it first and goal from the 1 foot line. Can Lee County's defense come up with some big play? Can Lee County get a stuff? Can they get a turnover? Can Warner Robins punch it in? Let's see. Handoff. Touchdown. Let's see. With a penalty flag, a false start. Warner Robins going backwards. They had it at the 1 foot line, first and a foot. Last play of the third quarter, their fullback ran into the quarterback, lost 2.5 yards. Now they're going to get a false start called. That's going to mark it all the way back to the 8 yard line. Still second down, goal to go. Split backfield now. Reese going to take it. No, he's going to fake it. Going to throw to the end zone. Incomplete. Warner Robins wants the flag, but I don't think they're going to get it. So now you go from first and a foot to third down and goal from the 8. Boy, if you're a Lee County fan, you have the chance to dodge a huge bullet here. Let's see if they can do it. Warner Robins fan says, hey, let's put those plays behind us and let's punch this thing in for a score. Let's see what happens. Third and goal, the Demons. Reese takes it, rolls, looks, throws. Batted down, incomplete. Had a man open in the back of the end zone. They had that big tight end open for a split second. But Corey McDowell, the senior defensive back, came over to knock it down. That's going to force Warner Robins into a field goal attempt. And now let's see if Warner Robins can connect. The hold will come at the 15. It's a 25-yard field goal attempt from William Shepard. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's good. He was able to slice it through there. A line drive kick, but his second field goal of the night. From William Shepard, the junior place kicker for the Demons, has given or has extended his team's lead now to 5 points. But now, if you are a Lee County fan, you've got to consider that series a win. You had Warner Robins first and goal at the 1 foot line after giving up a double reverse pass. And so you were looking at Warner Robins with the possibility of going in to tack on a touchdown and make it about a 12-point lead. But you're able to get around that, hold Warner Robins to a field goal, and now it goes from a 2-point lead to a 5-point lead. Still plenty of time, practically the entire fourth quarter left in the game that is lasting forever. So 19-14, still anybody's game, a one-score game. Warner Robins set to kick it off. Surely they're not going to kick it to Usmani Cromar, are they? No, another little pooch kick. Lee County's return man takes it, look out. He fumbled it. We've got a fumble on the kick return. Let's see who's got it. Lee County able to fall on it. Good grief. Normally they tell the up man, if you're not the return man, the deep return man, and you catch the football, they tell you, get out. Well, the big man decided he was going to bring it back. Hey, I want some glory too. And he actually able to get a pretty good return there all the way out to the 41-yard line, and here comes Lee County now. On about a 20-yard kick return. They've got it at their own 41-yard line. They trail it 19-14, just underway in the fourth. Braxton Honer going to take it off the left side. He'll take it across the 45, and he'll fall to about the 47. Now they'll mark it back at the 46. Still a nice gain of about 4 yards on that play. 2nd down and 6. We're just underway in the fourth quarter. Remember, this thing started way back at 7:30. Going to hand it to Braxton Honer again. He breaks away from one tackler and going to dive forward for a first down and a gain across the 50 into Warner Robins territory to the Demons 47.5. So when you think that, hey, is it going to be Usmani Cromar we've got to watch out for? You got Devin Collier and Braxton Honer able to really get it going tonight. Play action to Cromar, quick throw, far side. Man able to get away from one weak tackler, and he takes it for a few more bonus yards that time. So we've got an injured man down on this near sideline. It is a Warner Robins player. Lee County trainers are taking care of him until the Warner Robins guys can get over. He's cramping up. Warner Robins and Lee County trainers both working on him. Just cramping issues, but they stretching both legs out down there. Teamwork from both trainers. And you love to see that no matter what number or color jersey player goes down. You're always going to see the medical people get out there and render aid just as they're doing now. All right, you guys are calling for us to update the scoreboard online. It's 19-14. Warner Robins leads it. Warner Robins leads 19-14. 10:29 left to go in the game. Lee County's got it. They trail it by 5, but right now they've got it 2nd down and 8 at the Warner Robins 45-yard line. So here we go. Lee County with the ball. Going to give it to Cromall, left side. Boy, it looked like he had a head of steam there, but that got stopped in a hurry. And he took a hard hit. Tell you, Warner Robins has done a great job of containing Cromall tonight. I mean, he's hard to stop when he gets a little bit of green space in front of him, gets a head of steam. Usually you can count on him racking it all for a few yards, but Warner Robins has done a good job. 3rd down and 6, big play. 3rd and 6. Play action to Cromall, throws far side, complete. That's Honer, who's going to get away from one tackler, and he'll stretch it for a 1st down. Boy, a big play there by Lee County. Braxton Honer, quick catch, and run after the catch on that far side. There goes Cromall, just when you thought you'd see it. There he goes, and there goes Cromall from 36 yards out. It's kind of the run we've been waiting on. You kind of expect to see. And Usmani Cromall, 36-yard gain, has given Lee County the lead at 20-19. So Lee County has called a timeout. Going to take a timeout. I'm sure they'll decide here whether to go for 2 or kick the extra point. But again, I was just talking about Cromall, and you just kind of expect him at any point to break free. And I was just talking about what a great job Warner Robins has done, and they have done a great job of containing Cromall. But he's such a great back. He's the kind of back you just keep giving it to him, and you expect at some point he's going to break loose, and he did that time. Again, 36-yard touchdown run. It comes at 9:25 of the 4th quarter. And right now, it's a 1-point lead for Lee County. And with the timeout, Lee County will come back and decide whether to go for 2 or to kick the extra point. And, of course, the thought process is you kick the extra point, you're only up by 2, whether you make it. Go for 2, put you up by a field goal, and they're going to go for 2. They're going to go into the Wildcat. Going to direct snap it to Collier, who's going to take it, and he's going to dive for the goal line. Did he get there? No signal. It looked like he dove for the goal line. They're going to rule him down at the 1-inch line. Collier is pleading his case. Man, it looked like he had it, but no, sir. They're going to rule him down 6 inches shy of the goal line. No good, but despite not converting on the 2-point conversion, you've still got Lee County with the lead, 20-19. Man, a bang play there. So, guys, what do you think? Massillon wins it 28-17 over Valdosta up in Ohio. So the Cats got a 14-0 lead, but Massillon comes back 28 unanswered points. Well, that's not true. They outscore Valdosta 28-3. So Massillon defeats Valdosta at Paul Brown Stadium tonight. And for Valdosta, they'll get on the bus immediately after that game and make the long ride back to Valdosta. Here we're 20-19. So what a game we've got here. Lee County, this is their first lead since they led 7-3 way back in the first quarter. Troy Hill says, let's go Trojans. All right, here we go. He'll take it at the 5, 10, 15, 20, over the 20. And that's where Lee County will bring him down. And that's where Warner Robins will put it in play. The thing is, still plenty of time. I mean, it's 9 minutes, 17 seconds left to go. So we had a penalty there. It's like we got a holding call blocking the back on the return on Warner Robins. Shelton Tucker puts it quite succinctly, and it may be the best comment of the night, Shelton. He says, whoever gets the ball last will win. You could very well be right. Brenda Eubanks-Shiver says, come on, defense. Let's hold them, Lee County. All right, here we go now. That penalty is going to pit Warner Robins back in the shadow of their own goal line. They'll be inside their own 10-yard line. Lee County fans standing up making some noise. Reese going to take it, hand it off. Man, there goes Warner Robins, running back. They have looked good on the running game all night long. And another big run there from Warner Robins. Number 26. Terry Wright. Man, what a great – I tell you, we talk about number 32, and well we should, who's Monte Croma. But Terry Wright has looked quite good as well. Cook, Hornets defeat Pelham tonight. There's Reese going to take it, going to keep it. And he'll just go down voluntarily as he had a couple of Lee County defenders roaring up on him. That's a smart quarterback. Sams and about 3 assistants over there all calling in plays. 2 are decoys and 1 is the right call. Second down and 10, no gain on that play. Reese snaps his fingers. He's got it. Looks. Going to be chased out of the pocket now. Looks, throws. Almost intercepted. He threw it right to, and how many times have we seen that tonight from Lee County where the ball hits him right in the hands? That time it was Devin Collier, hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. So a near interception. And that's going to bring up now I thought it was third down. Or did we get a penalty flag? Yeah, we're going to be a penalty flag on Warner Robins. Jamie Gherkin wants to know how much time's left. 8:24 left to go in the game. Audra Brown says receivers get free and throw it deep. Here we go. 2nd and a mile now after the penalty. Warner Robins has got it. Hand off right guard for a couple of yards. That was number 8, Jeremiah Jackson. Well, I tell you, if you're Warner Robins, third and long, running the football is not out of the question because they do such a good job of running it. Lamonte Mears says, let's go Demons, class of 85. I love how the Warner Robins fans are giving the class that you came from. I love that, guys. There's the deep throw. He's got a man wide open. Complete. Finally brought down at the 25. So you Warner Robins fans said throw it deep, and they heard you. Wow. Big play. We have seen that all night. We've got a Warner Robins player, a Lee County player that's down. Back here at the 34. Now they're helping him up. Might be some cramping issues, we hope. That's all it is. But, man, on 3rd and a country mile, when you thought they might be throwing it deep, Warner Robins receiver gets behind the Lee County defender, and it's a big play all the way down to the Lee County 25-yard line. What a game. 7:35 left in the football game. 7:35 left. Again, we will be giving a player of the game award to one player from each game, from each team tonight. And, boy, we've got some really good candidates. What do you guys think? Of course, we've still got time left, so it's not over. There's Reese. He's certainly one of the candidates, as he's going to be tripped up after a short gain by number 2 for Lee County. That's Tamaris Williams. So, again, Baker Sports, sponsors of our game, our player of the game tonight. One player will choose from each team, and that player will be the recipient of a pair of state-of-the-art shoulder pads delivered to them, compliments of Baker Sports. Warner Robins is going to use a timeout. Play clock was running down. So here's the situation. Warner Robins has the ball at the Lee County 25-yard line. Now remember, it's a 1-point game. Remember Lee County trying for that 2-point conversion earlier to try to make it a field goal game. That 2-point conversion failed. Lee County called down about a foot shy of the goal line. So that kept the lead at 1, which is where it is now. Which that means Warner Robins is not far. Even if they don't score a touchdown, they're not far from getting in field goal range. We've seen William Shepard nail a couple of field goals tonight. "27 yards, I think 25 yards, the 2 field goals. So they're getting close for him. Now, Warner Robins, of course, would like a touchdown to stretch the lead, but we'll see what happens. Coming out of the timeout, Lee County on a blitz. And Reese able to dump it off. Well, you could see Lee County was bringing the house. I mean, they were bringing everybody. You had a corner blitz. Everybody was coming. Reese picked it up nicely and was able to dump it off. So now you're looking at 3rd down. This is a big play. Of course, I guess I could say that about every play, couldn't I? 3rd down. Desma Hodges says, let's go 4. 3 receivers are split out far to the right side. Man, we've seen Warner Robins time and time convert on these plays. Can Reese do it again? Looks, throws to the end zone. He goes up the ladder for it, but it's overthrown, incomplete. Reese put it right on the money, but Khalil Quinn, the senior wide receiver, could not come down with it. And now, are we going to see Warner Robins try for a long field goal to take the lead? All right, so they are going to bring on William Shepard. He's 2 for 2 tonight. The hold will come at the 32. It's going to be a 42-yard field goal. Canyon, I believe, is going to hold. 47-yard field goal. Here's the snap, the kick, it's up. No good, no good. What do we got, though? All right, so we had a delay of game on Warner Robins, so they're going, I believe, to get another shot. So that's going to penalize them 5 yards. And now if you're Warner Robins, do you punt it or try another field goal? But now you're looking at a field goal attempt. Let's see what happens here. So now Warner Robins says, no, we're going to go for the first down. So they're bringing the offense back on the field. 4th and 15, Warner Robins brings the offense back on the field. And we've seen him convert a couple of these guys. Let's see what happens. Reese throws it long downfield. Canyon had it and dropped it after a hard hit by a couple of Lee County defenders. And there's a turnover on downs with 6:17 left to go in the game. Big play there by Lee County. So again, Warner Robins tried a 47-yard field goal. It was short, but they were called for delay of game, getting the kickoff after the play clock had expired. So Shane Sam says instead of trying another long field goal, we're going to go for it. Reese actually put it right on the money. Kenyon not able to hang on to it, but now still plenty of time. Warner Robins now. Defense will go back out there. They trail it by a point. Here's Lee County now trying a long pass, and it's going to fall incomplete. There's a penalty flag down back there. We may have a defensive hold. Let's see. I mean, you almost got to think that's either interference or holding or something. Let's see, though. Pass interference on Warner Robins. That is the call. That's huge. So Lee County, just when you think they're going to run a lot of clock, they try a long pass. And remember now, in high school, the call is not at where the fraction incurred as it is in the pros. So you mark it off 15 yards, and Lee County now has it at the 45. They're on 45, but a new set of downs. I'm going to try to get Cromaw going. There he goes, left side. Cromaw going to take it for a first down. Usmani Cromaw has been contained for the most part by this great Warner Robins defense tonight. They've been able to bottle him up, but now you kind of get the feeling that this is when big players make big plays, and they come up in big times, and we may see Cromaw getting ready to do just that. Under 6 minutes to go in the game. Lee County holding on to a 1-point lead. Lee County now going to try to let as much play clock run here. They're going to let this play clock run under 10 seconds. 5:35, 5:34. Play clock at 5 seconds now. They got to snap it. Here's the snap. Going to give it to Braxton Honer. Boy, he is like just burst out of a cannon, isn't he? Going to take it across the 40, inside the 40 to about the 30. They'll spot it out the 39. Clock continues to run. 5:13. Now watch that clock and watch the play clock. There's still over 20 seconds left. Let's see if Lee County elects to try to run more of this play clock. 5 minutes to go in the game. 15 seconds on the play clock. Lee County going to let as much of this play clock run off. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds on the play clock. They'll probably snap it with a couple of seconds left, and they do. Crow-Ma right up the middle. Big run. Crow-Ma taking it to the 31. Justin Gaston says Warner Robbins needs a turnover. Now the play clock, or the clock rather, becomes an issue. 4:20, 4:19 to go in the game. Again, Lee County letting this play clock run down almost to about 2 seconds left. Except that time they snap it with 10 seconds left. Just when I think I got it figured out. And that's not a smart play there. Lee County ran out of bounds, and that does Warner Robbins the favor of stopping the clock. You can bet, and right now that's exactly what Dean Fabrizio is telling his players. We do have a penalty flag anyway. That would have stopped the clock nevertheless. And the white hat says holding on Lee County. Now, Fabrizio and the white hat are having a pretty candid line of conversation tonight. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, it does move the ball back, but now you're going to replay first down, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. 4:05 left, because it essentially gives you an extra down, although you've got longer to go to make it. There's Honer, left side. He's going to get knocked down after he takes it across the 40 for a short gain. So I'm trying to see here. Warner Robbins. So Warner Robbins has no timeouts left. Wow, I didn't realize that. That hurts. Warner Robbins has no timeouts left. Lee County still has 2. Man. Play clock at 16 seconds. 3:30, 3:29, 3:28, the game clock. Lee County going to let this thing go all the way down to about 3 seconds or so before they snap it. Crow-Ma takes it for a short gain. Crow-Ma is down. Usmani Crow-Ma is down. That will force the clock to be stopped. Man, you hate to see him go down. You hate to see any great player go down. That's not what you want, no matter who you're a fan of. So that stops the clock. Usmani Crow-Ma, you just don't know if he's exhausted or if he's hurt or what. 3:01 left to go in the game. Lee County clinging to a 1-point lead. What a great game we have had here tonight in our ITG Next opening 2023 Game of the Week, sponsored by our friends at Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Remember, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you deserve the best. Quality coverage, experienced agents, you get it all from our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Visit their website at www.gfbinsurance.com. Also, big thanks to our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports and Pro Sports are proud to be the presenting sponsor between Warner Robbins and Lee County tonight. And we'll pick up our ad read on Baker Sports here in just a moment as we're set to go. 2:57, 2:56, 2:55. The clock runs. 3rd down and 13. I can't tell you how big this play is. Play clock at 10 seconds. Warner Robbins must get a stop here. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off. Devin Collier, left side. 1st down and more. He fumbled the ball. Wow. Devin Collier fumbled it just as he was going for a first down. Instead, I spoke too soon, because instead of a first down, it's going to be fourth down and short, 4th and 4. And luckily, though, if you're a Lee County fan, they were able to recover, but man, that could have been disastrous. So here we go, 4th and 4, and Lee County, I guess, is going to take a timeout. They've got one left. So let's go to the comments from our viewers tonight. Austin Lang says, y'all see the Dodge County Bleckley game. What's going on there, guys? Talk to me. In case you missed it earlier, Massillon defeats Valdosta up in Ohio tonight, 28-17. My understanding that after that game, Valdosta was getting right back on the bus and make the long haul back to Valdosta tonight. So Dodge County Bleckley in overtime. Gabriel Solomon says, I'm calling it. Warner Robins will win at 22-20. Channing Freeman says Lee County finna get this. First, as in first win. Keon Roberts says, let's go Wartown. All right, here we go. It's 4th down and 4. Lee County is going to go for it. Handoff, Crow-Ma. First down and more. What a play. Usmani Crow-Ma breaking tackle, spinning out of it. Usmani Crow-Ma on 4th and 4. He takes it for 25-yard touchdown. It comes at 1:39 left in the game. It was a 4th and 4. And that's going to extend the lead to 26-19. So Lee County is going to line up and go for 2. Now you may question this. Again, they kicked the extra point. It's still a 1-score game. So Lee County going to try to make it a 2-score game. Play action. Going to throw it into the end zone. It's batted up in the air. It was fumbled and stumbled and just bumbled around. And in the end, I believe the ball hits the ground incomplete. I'm sorry, I had to pause there because it hit about 3 or 4 players' hands and it falls to the ground incomplete. So what we have right now is Lee County leading it by a touchdown. So a touchdown and an extra point. And if you think this thing is over, you're nuts. If you're a Warner Robins fan, you should know better. If you're a Lee County fan, you should know better if you've watched this game tonight. Devon Shaheen says, I believe. Let's have a drive here, offense. We can score. I'm telling you. Jeremy Mosley says, why didn't we kick the field goal? I got to be honest with you. Now, again, I understand partly. Never want to question the coach, especially my buddy, Dean Fabrizio. But the thought process there, go for 2 and make it a 2-score game. But what you've done now is you've allowed Lee County or Warner Robins the chance to score a touchdown and an extra point to go to overtime. So now if you're Lee County, you got to come up with some defense. Let's see what happens here. There's a high end-over-end kick. And Warner Robins is not going to touch it. They're going to watch it sail into the end zone for a touchback. So that's smart. You run no time off the clock. 1:39 left with this offense. That's all kind of time. We have seen Chase Reese tonight play like a magician. And now they're going to need the best from him in this final 1 minute, 39 seconds. What a game we have seen here tonight, guys. For those of you watching along the line, I'm sure you have thought so as well. Player down, boy, we've seen after going most of this game injury-free, we've seen a lot of players go down, primarily you think with cramps. Again, in this kind of heat and humidity, that's what you're going to get. So what a game we've got here, guys. Win, lose, or draw, no matter who you're a fan of, this has been a good one. Great viewership tonight, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Here we go. Not over yet. Quick pass. Near side. Dropped. Only 4 seconds, though. Runs off the clock. 2nd down and 10. Man, what a game these fans have seen here tonight. What a game you guys have seen here tonight. What a great game this has been. The ITG Next game of the week. Reese drops, looks, throws into a crowd. He caught it. Are you kidding me? He threw that thing in there, guys, with 1, 2, 3, 4 red shirts around him. That's the kind of quarterback that he has been tonight. What a competitor Chase Reese is. Unbelievable. He drops. He looks. Throws it away. He felt the pressure coming. Let's hope that young man's able to get up. Chase Reese is down. Man, let's hope Reese is okay. You want to see him. Now we get a penalty flag thrown. What's the penalty going to be? Are we going to get a roughing the quarterback here? No, intentional grounding. The call on Reese. That's a tough call, guys, I got to tell you. He was able to get rid of it, but there was nobody in the vicinity of the pass. That's what they're ruling. So here's why that hurts. Pretty sure that's a loss of down. Or even if it's not, it's 2nd and 20. 2nd and 23. Man, this guy's a magician. Not over till it's over. Chase Reese, the quarterback. What a great one he is. Reese gonna roll, gonna throw it long downfield. Lee County gonna intercept it. We got a penalty flag down. Penalty flag is down back at the quarterback. We may have a roughing the passer. We're going to get a roughing the passer on Lee County. Dean Fabrizio is hot. His assistants now trying to get him off the field. So instead of a Lee County interception, Warner Robins will get possession. And let's wait on the white hat here. Personal foul, roughing the passer on Lee County. That gives Warner Robins new life and a new set of downs. So instead of an interception and Lee County taking over, Warner Robins now will take it. 1 minute, 3 seconds left. Still plenty of time, guys. Reese can throw it a mile. 3 receivers, far side. Reese, back up, new life. Now Dean Fabrizio wants to talk. Lee County uses their final timeout. Dean Fabrizio going to use this time to come out and talk to the white hat. I got to be honest with you. My attention was down the field where the throw went. I didn't see what occurred back in the backfield, but obviously the white hat was there. They called the penalty immediately. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So whether you like it or not, you got to get back up. You got to play defense if you're Lee County. If you're Warner Robins, you've been given new life. We have seen a great game here tonight, and it's not over yet. Still 1 minute, 3 seconds left. Emmanuel Brow says, let's go Demons. What a game. Charlton Harris says, what's the clock? 1 minute, 3 seconds left to go in the game. 1:03 left to go in the game. Justin Gaston says, that's too much time. April Jackson says, come on, Demons. What a game. Again, now it's 26-19. So Warner Robins with a touchdown and an extra point can tie this thing and put what's already been one of the longest games. We're at 3 hours right now. We're at 3 hours, and it ain't over yet. Dean Fabrizio, again, not happy, looking for anybody in a striped shirt that he can talk to. We want to thank, again, our sponsors of tonight's game. I can go ahead and tell you, my players of the game is Usmani Cromah for Lee County. His 2 long touchdown runs here in the fourth quarter have been the difference in this game, a 36-yard touchdown run and a 25-yard touchdown run. And for Warner Robins, is there any doubt that our game player of the game should go to Chase Reese, the senior quarterback? He has played his tail off tonight. So our players of the game, who will each be receiving a set of shoulder pads from Baker Sports. Chase Reese for Warner Robins, Usmani Cromah for Lee County. Our player of the game presented by Baker Sports. So here we go, guys. Reese has one back to his right. 3 receivers to the far side. Here's Reese, going to roll right. Going to throw. Complete at the Lee County 46. So they're moving it closer. Penalty flag on the play. Man, we've had a lot of those tonight, haven't we? Going to be a holding call on Warner Robins. That's going to negate the pass completion. What a game. Kel Bryan says time check. 56 seconds left. We're under a minute. We're under a minute, 58 seconds left. It's 1st and 20. Clock runs now. Under 50 seconds to go in the game. Reese looks. Being chased out of the pocket, and Reese is going to throw it. Incomplete. Intercepted but out of bounds. I thought Reese had ran out of bounds when he threw it, to be honest with you. So incomplete either way, and it's going to bring up now 3rd down and 20. 37 seconds left to go in the game. 37 seconds to go in this game. What a game we have seen tonight. Lee County 26, Warner Robins 19. Reese looks, throws, complete at the 40. Another penalty flag is what I'm hearing. I don't see it. Where is it at? Yet another flag has been thrown. Man, this has been a ton of flags here tonight. What are we going to get? They're going to wave it off. So no flag. They're going to wave it off. So it's going to be third down. 20 seconds to go in the game. Clock's running. Reese throws. Incomplete, knocked away. Pass was right on the money, but knocked away. What a great play that was there on Lee County sideline. Big hit that time from Chase Angry. So that's come down to this. 14 seconds left. It's 4th down and 16. Warner Robins from their own 37-yard line. This is it. Snap to Reese. He rolls right, looks, throws, and it's dropped. Incomplete. And that should do it. 8 seconds left. Now, if you are if you're a Lee County fan, I hate to remind you, but Lee County last year, with a few seconds left, tried some razzle-dazzle funny stuff and wound up losing. I got a feeling we won't see that tonight. What a great game this has been tonight. I got to be honest with you. It's been exhausting. It's taken forever. But it has been a great game here tonight. Calvin White pretty much said it the best. No flags in the end. So Lee County will line up the victory formation. They'll snap it, take a knee, and that'll do it. All right, and the clock reads 0. What a game we saw here tonight in Lee County. Lee County winning it 26-19, your final score in a game that for a while looked as if Warner Robins was in complete control, and really they were. So again, guys, before we depart tonight, our player of the game brought to you by Baker Sports. We're going to be doing this all season long, as I'll select a player from each team as our player of the game. Tonight, I announced this a little bit earlier, our player of the game tonight from Warner Robins, and deservedly so, Chase Reese, the senior quarterback. That young man did all he could to try to will his Demons to a win tonight, and he almost did it. On the other side, for Lee County, big players come up big at big times. And when Lee County needed him the most, Usmani Cromah, who had for the most part been contained in this game by the Warner Robins defense, comes up big in the fourth quarter late. At 9:25 of the fourth quarter, Usmani Cromah on a 36-yard touchdown run adds a 25-yard touchdown run, so 2 late touchdown runs from Usmani Cromah. He is our Lee County player of the game. So Lee County's Usmani Cromah and Chase Reese from Warner Robins, our players of the game, will receive from Baker Sports a set of shoulder pads, and which will be presented to them by a representative from Baker Sports. I want to thank all of you for watching the game tonight. We had great viewership for our season opening 2023 ITG Next Game of the Week. We'll be back next week bringing you McEachern and Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes, in case you missed it, big come-from-behind victory tonight over Carrollton at Carrollton. So we'll be up at Langston Hughes for their home opener. And that'll be our Week 2 ITG Next Game of the Week. McEachern Indians at Langston Hughes. Hope you'll join us for that game next week as part of our ITG Next Game of the Week package, again, presented by Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance and Baker Sports. So that's going to wrap us up for our live stream tonight, guys. Again, thank you so much. Don't forget, if you love high school football, be sure to check out my Facebook Live show on high school football Monday at 5 o'clock right here where you're watching this game at our ITG Next Facebook page, 5 o'clock. I'll talk about all of the high school football in Week 1 across the state of Georgia. That's my show, Extra Point, with yours truly, Phil Jones, right here at ITG Next Georgia's Facebook page. That's 5 o'clock every Monday. And I hope you guys will make plans to watch this Monday and every Monday. Patrick Pitts says, thank you for your stream, sir. Patrick, thank you for watching tonight. I appreciate that. Cameron Antone Taylor says Warner Robins is going to be just fine. Guys, listen, Warner Robins got off to a 1-4 start last year, and you know where they wound up? In the state championship game. Greg Ledford, thanks for the stream and commentating. Greg, thank you, buddy. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that very much. Guys, listen, nobody should feel down about either team. Of course, you're a Lee County fan. You should not be feeling ill at all. Your team won. But if you're a Warner Robins fan, guys, you got a great team. I saw a great performance tonight. It was just a back-and-forth, nip-tuck game. Your Demons are going to be fine. It's a non-region game. It doesn't mean much. I promise you, I've watched a lot of football in my life. This Demons team is going to be fine. All right, guys, again, big thanks to Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance for sponsoring our game and our entire 2023 ITG Next live stream package all season long. Be sure to join us next week. McEachern at Hughes will have it for you right here at ITG Next.